Welcome back to God's Blueprint. If you've ever watched a movie sequel and thought, wait, didn't I already see this plot line? Then you are going to get a major sense of déjà vu today. In Genesis 26, the spotlight shifts fully onto Isaac. We get to see what happens when the son walks directly in the footsteps of his famous father. Both the good steps of faith and the messy steps of fear. Let's get into the blueprint. A severe famine strikes the land. Just like it did in Abraham's day, Isaac packs up and heads to Gerar, the territory of the Philistines. God appears to him there with a strict command. Do not go down to Egypt. Live in the land where I tell you to live. God then repeats the exact covenant he made with Abraham. The land, the stars, the global blessing, all of it is now officially passed down to Isaac. But right after this massive spiritual high, Isaac hits the same low his dad did. The local men ask about his beautiful wife, Rebecca, and out of pure fear for his life, Isaac tells them, "She is my sister." 26 chapters after Abraham did this in Egypt, and 6 chapters after Abraham did this in this exact same city, Isaac copies the family lie. King Abimelech eventually looks out a window, sees Isaac being affectionate with Rebecca, and exposes the ruse. Isaac gets a stern lecture on integrity from a king, reminding us that fear can make even the children of promise act foolishly. Despite his blunder, God's grace pours out on Isaac. He plants crops in that land and reaps 100-fold harvest in a single year. The Lord blesses him so much that he accumulates massive flocks, herds, and servants. Eventually, his wealth makes the Philistines envious. Abimelech literally tells him, "Move away from us. You have become too powerful." So Isaac moves into the valley of Gerar now. In the ancient desert, water is life. Isaac starts reopening the wells that his father Abraham had dug, giving them the exact same names his father did. But every time Isaac's servants dig a new, functioning well, the local herders claim it's theirs. They dig the first well, the locals fight over it, so Isaac names it Esek, contention, and moves on. They dig a second well, they fight over that one too, so he names it Sitna, enmity, and moves on. Isaac refuses to fight, he just keeps moving, keeping the peace, and trusting God to provide. Finally, Isaac digs a third well, and this time, nobody argues over it. He names it Rehoboth, which means open spaces or room. He says, "Now the Lord has given us room, and we will flourish in the land." That very night, God appears to him to reassure him, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you." Isaac builds an altar, worships, and pitches his tent there. Seeing God's undeniable blessing on his life, King Abimelech actually travels out to meet Isaac to sign a peace treaty, admitting, "We saw clearly that the Lord was with you." Isaac's willingness to walk away from conflict ended up winning the respect of his enemies. Genesis 26 shows us that we often inherit both the blessings and the baggage of the generations that came before us. But it also proves that God is patient enough to work through our repeated patterns, guiding us out of contention and into the open spaces of his peace. Thank you for joining us for this study on God's Blueprint. If Isaac's journey through fear and flying dirt helped you understand the text a bit better, hit that like button and subscribe. In our next video, the family drama explodes as Jacob and Rebecca hatch a plot to steal the ultimate blessing. We'll see you in the next chapter as the story of faith continues to unfold. Before you go, here is today's question. Isaac chose to walk away from conflict over the wells twice before he finally found room to flourish at Rehoboth. In your own life, how do you discern the difference between when you need to stand your ground and fight for what is yours versus when God is calling you to walk away and trust Him to provide a better space?